Academic excellence is not possible without a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion within our community. At the School of Communication, our scholarship, teaching, student opportunities, and curriculum strive for inclusive excellence and the incorporation of diverse voices. Our faculty produce cutting-edge work addressing some of the most challenging societal problems at the intersection of media, identity, representation, and power. We do this in our films, books, reporting, public engagement, and classroom experiences. We welcome you to explore our many courses that address aspects of diversity, equity, and inclusion like backpack journalism in Espanol, race, gender, and sexuality in the media, advanced data-driven journalism, the data divides, or documentary storytelling for social change, and many more. SOC faculty lead special projects to help understand and amplify underrepresented communities. This work includes the Black Swing Voter Project, which surveys the sentiments of Black voters leading up to the 2020 election, led by Professor Lenny Steinhorn. Professor Ben Stokes' partnership with the Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum to gather stories of DC communities in a rapidly gentrifying city. And Professor Lena Jaswal and Katie Burham-Chatou's personal documentary Mix, which looks at the experiences of biracial children. During the 2020 election cycle, Professor Sherry Williams launched Vision 2020, Election Stories from the Next Generation, in partnership with the nation. This project shares stories by student journalists to amplify the concerns of young voters across identities. In addition to many impactful faculty projects, SOC is home to several centers that prioritize diversity, inclusion, and equity in their research, production, and outcomes. The Center for Environmental Filmmaking, led by Professor Maggie Stogner, is committed to producing high-impact environmental films that inspire students to create informative, ethical, and entertaining work that make a positive difference in the ways we live in and interact with our surrounding world. The Center for Media and Social Impact is a multidisciplinary creative innovation lab and research center led by Professor Katie Burham-Chatou. Its work is grounded in the substantive role of media, mediated storytelling, and culture in shaping a just future that centers social equity.
This project is a space for women of color and queer people of color to be seen.
In partnership with the Maynard Institute and Politico, SOC also runs the Politico Journalism Institute, led by Professor Lynn Perry. This program focuses on training the next generation of journalists and supporting diversity in Washington newsrooms. SOC students have unique opportunities to grow their expertise and professional skills through student organizations mentored by our faculty. In AU chapters of the National Association of Black Journalists, National Association of Hispanic Journalists, Public Relations Student Society of America, and student publications like The Black Print and Visible, students can broaden their access, expertise, and career development and contribute to a more inclusive pipeline of communication professionals. At the School of Communication, our student population steadily reflects the demographic makeup of our country. Taking this into consideration, we seek to continuously expand our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. This work is supported by our DEI committee made up of faculty, staff, and student representatives who assist with efforts to diversify the curriculum, host and support events, support students, and train faculty and staff in inclusion. SOC also has a dedicated inclusion officer and coordinator to lead the school's DEI work. At the School of Communication, we know there is still work to be done, but we're constantly trying to create the kind of community and the kind of world that benefits everyone. And we hope that you will join us in making sure that we build a more inclusive future.